जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपात्मं महं वन्दे श्रीगुरुतीनतरं परमात्ममाधवम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 2 चैप्टर 3 टेक्स्ट 15 सवै भगवतो राजा सवै भगवतो राजा पाण्डवेयो महारथः पाण्डवेयो महारथः बालक्रीडानकैक्रीडान् बालक्रीडाङ्कैक्रीडान् कृष्णक्रीडं यया ददे कृष्णक्रीडां यया ददे और meaning translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He, why certainly, Bhagavataha, a great devotee of the Lord, Raja Maharaj Parikshit, Pandaveyaha, grandson of the Pandavas, Maharataha, a great fighter, Bala, while a child, Kridanakai, with play dolls, Kridan playing, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Kridam activities, Ya, who, the they accepted. Translation Maharaj Parikshit, the grandson of the Pandavas, was from his very childhood a great devotee of the Lord. Even while playing with dolls, he used to worship Lord Krishna by imitating the worship of the family deity. Purport in the Bhagavad Gita 6.41, it is stated that even a person who has failed in the proper discharge of yoga practice is given a chance to take birth in the house of a devout Brahmanas or in the houses of rich men like Kshatriya kings or rich merchants. But Maharaja Parikshit was more than that because he had been a great devotee of the Lord since his previous birth. And as such, he took his birth in an imperial family of the Kurus, and especially that of the Pandavas. So, from the very beginning of his childhood, he had the chance to know intimately the devotional service of Lord Krishna in his own family. The Pandavas, all being devotees of the Lord, certainly venerated family deities in the royal palace for worship. Children who appear in such families, fortunately, generally imitate such worship of the deities even in the way of childhood play. By the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, we had the chance of being born in a Vaishnava family, and in our childhood, we imitated the worship of Lord Krishna by imitating our father. Our father encouraged us in all respects to observe all functions such as the Ratha Yatra and Dola Yatra ceremonies. and he used to spend money liberally for distributing prasada to us children and our friends. Our spiritual master, who also took his birth in a Vaishnava family, got all inspirations from his great Vaishnava father, Thakura Bhaktivinoda. That is the way of all lucky Vaishnava families. The celebrated Mirabai was a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna as the great lifter of Govardhana hill. The life history of many such devotees is almost the same because there is always symmetry between the early lives of all great devotees of the Lord. According to Jiva Goswami Maharaj, Parikshit must have heard about the childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna at Vrindavana, for he used to imitate the pastimes with his young playmates. According to Sridhar Swami, Maharaj Parikshit used to imitate the worship of the family deity by elderly members. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti also confirms the viewpoint of Jiva Goswami. So, accepting either of them, Maharaj Parikshit was naturally inclined to Lord Krishna from his very childhood. He might have imitated either of the above mentioned activities, and all of them established his great devotion from his very childhood, a symptom of a Mahabhagavata. Such Mahabhagavatas are called Nitya Siddhas, or souls liberated from birth. But there are also others who may not be liberated from birth, but who develop a tendency for devotional service by association, and they are called sadhana siddhas. There is no difference between the two in the ultimate issue, and so the conclusion is that everyone can become a sadhana siddha, a devotee of the Lord, simply by association with the pure devotees. The concrete example is our great spiritual master, Sri Narada Muni. In his previous life, he was simply a boy of a maid servant, but through association with great devotees, he became a devotee of the Lord of his own standard, unique in the history of devotional service. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Saitapata Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Chavishakamvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastume Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Papanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for a wonderful session. I thank my mentor who has given me this wonderful opportunity to share the auspicious Bhagavatam. We also thank all the participants. Before I start the session, I take all your wishes and blessings so that I can speak in line with our parampara. Okay, so in this 2, 3, 15, it is very much emphasized that how much important it is to rear a child in Krishna consciousness. Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandavayo Maharataha Bala Kridam Kai Kridan Krishna Kridam Ya Adade. So Maharaj Parikshit, the grandson of the Pandavas, was from very childhood a great devotee of the Lord. Even while playing with the dolls, he used to worship Lord Krishna by imitating worship of the family deity. So in this way, deity worship is very much essential in our devotional service. So it is not only that we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and we are also supposed to worship the deities. As far as Kali Yuga is concerned, Our acharyas, they recommend at least Gaur Neta in our house so that we can nicely, decorate their lordships. We can bathe the lordships and we can do abhishekam with various juices. And after that, we can nicely, uh, nicely dress them with a lot of jewelry, mukut, and colorful dress and doing some fragrance to the lordships and offering nice scented flowers and giving arati to their lordships and whoever witness this and they will be very blissful just by the sight of the darshan of Sri Gaur Nitai or Jagannath Balev Subhadra or Sri Gandhara Giridhari Mahaprabhu Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhaktavachal Balaji. So this is the sight of the darshan of the Lord is very very auspicious. So in this way, grihasthas or anybody, let it be any varna and ashrama, at least they can start worshipping the deities. Even we can see many Maharajas or Srila Prabhupada's disciples, we keep seeing, they also have a small deities of their personal. They can nicely, wherever they go, and, they keep their lordships in the uh, sacred place and, they start worshipping. In this way, they exchange a kind of loving service. So the Lord appears in this material world as Archa Vigraha to receive our services. So we are neither qualified nor purified to directly worship the Supreme Lord. So Lord knows that. But Lord also has to, reciprocate with all of us. He appears in front of us as Archa Vigraha. So unlike normal temples, in our ISKCON temple especially, Maharajas and the disciples of Srila Prabhupada or during the time of Srila Prabhupada, so they are the pure devotees of the Lord. And um, during that Vigraha Pratishthapan, and they invoke their lordships into the deity. Thereby, their lordships, they accept our prayers and they agree to take service from us. And they appear in that form. So, as you know, there are different types of worship metal, clay, or pictures, photos, and even sand or mental, etc. In this way, the Lord is being reciprocated. Now, Parikshit Maharaj, uh, right from the womb, he had darshan of the Lord. Firstly, he was protected by the Supreme Lord and against the Brahmastra. Then Lord gave his darshan, and thereby Parikshit Maharaj got purified, and from his childhood he started worshipping. This way, one can able to reciprocate with the Lord. Lord is very merciful. Lord can do anything and everything. When we can also nicely, offer bhogas food to the Lord, and Lord reciprocates, and that becomes prasada. And we can distribute this prasada unlimitedly. This is one of the key points Srila Prabhupada learned from his father. So Gaur Mohan Day and Rajani Day, and they used to worship the deities like anything. And Gaur Mohan Day used to invite so many sannyasis into his house, and he used to pay Dandavat pranams, and he used to give some donation. And at the end, he used to ask only one thing. So I have my child, Abhay Charan, you kindly bless him so that he can become bhakta, devotee of Srimati Radharani. I don't want anything. So in this way, right from the childhood, Prabhupada got blessings of so many saintly people. Of course, he was already empowered soul, and Srila Prabhupada, he loves the deity worship also. That's why when their father used to do the Rath Yatra, and now he used to imitate now. He wanted, dolls of Radha, Krishna, and Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. He used to bring and he used to make a cart, and within the campus of the premises, he used to do the local Rath Yatra. And he after that during the Rath Yatra also prasadam distribution was done. This way, Prabhupada got used to the deity worship right from the childhood. Then, what makes us so purified at the childhood means the root cause of all this is Garbhadan Samskar. So, parents are to be God conscious and they should have implicit faith in Guru and Krishna as per the spiritual direction of a Guru. They are supposed to follow this vrata, which is the Garbhadan Samskar, and they are supposed to chant certain rounds, and they are supposed to unite on certain days and muhurtas so that they can invite a devotee into their life as son or daughter. And in this way, when the Garbhadan Samskar, the initial process is done, then the rest of the thing will automatically be taken care by Guru and Krishna's mercy. So, like that, Srila Prabhupada, he had a wonderful opportunity, and without any doubt, he would have born with Garbhadan Samskar, that too in a Brahmana family, and that too in a Gaudiya Vaishnava family is very, very auspicious. Okay, so the learning here we can say that uh, let's be let's all be devotee of the Lord, and also we can create a generation after generations the devotees of the Lord. We can create, and even among our congregation, we can also follow so many auspicious things. So if not, we followed the Garbhadan Samskar, no problem. The Shastra says that you can purify still yourself. How? You can become a devotee of the Lord. You can chant minimum 16 rounds. You can take Diksha from a bona fide spiritual master. And you can start fasting on the Ekadasi days and the all auspicious Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Gaur Purnima, Narsimha Chaturdasi on all these days. When you do fasting, it is actually we are withdrawing from an ATM actually. So just like when we go to ATM, insert the card and press some password and withdraw the money. The same way, during these auspicious days, when we chant the holy name of the Lord more and more. So minimum is 16 rounds. More is unlimited actually. And read the scriptures and hear Gita Bhagavatam and associate with the devotees. On these days, when we do this, those days are very very potent for devotional service when we do this kind of activities on those days, and we will be certainly be purified. So once I heard from a devotee that in his right from his childhood he heartfully loved a girl. Of course the girl also loved, so they both fell in love. Actually, in material world, they fall in the love. Spiritual world, they rise in the love. Anyway, coming to the point, when they both fell in love, the days passed on, and from childhood, they reared up, they grown up, they were doing their graduation. Then what happened? The girl had alliances. The father asked her to get married, but this boy was also in love with, and they would like to get married, but it was not possible for him. Then the day came where the girl is getting married to another person, and the girl could not able to disobey the father, and she accepted another person, and the girl was getting married. This boy was disheartened, and he was suffering like anything, and he was literally crying. At that time, what did he do? He took the small deity of Krishna, and he went to the terrace, and he was expressing all his feelings to the deity, because in the terrace there was nobody, and he and the Lord, and he was explaining all the factors, and the boy was literally crying. was crying so that Lord would listen to him, and his desire is to get married with the girl. But the same day, the girl is getting married with somebody else. Then finally, what happened? The girl got married, and this boy got separated. Then this boy wanted to commit suicide because he heartfully loved that girl. Then he was sitting alone, and he was meditating, and somehow Paramatma made up his mind that not to take such a decision. Then he withdrew that proposal. Then later, over a period of time, the boy got a job, and this boy got married according to the parents' wish. And finally, this boy became a devotee of the Lord. He joined our ISKCON, and he became a wonderful devotee. But whereas the girl who got married with another boy, and she became a karmic. So coming to the point here, when this boy took up the small deity of Krishna, and Krishna granted which is beneficial for him in his spiritual life. For example, had he married that girl, they both would have been, attracted each other on bodily plane, and then they would have forgotten Krishna, and they were not even chanting, they were not even devotees of the Lord. So in this way, Lord made which is the best for him. So when he took the deity, when he cried and when he expressed his feelings, Lord heard literally, and Lord made separated. And Lord also blessed him that he became a devotee of. He got initiated as. So like that, there are so many incidents among the devotee community. So anyway, coming to the point, uh, here we can understand how important it is to chant the holy name of the Lord, and having the implicit faith in Guru and Krishna, Sadhu, Shastra, uh, then automatically our life will become perfect. So when devotees fail in their attempt to please Krishna, or not successful, then Prabhupada gives in the Bhagavad 6.41 Bhagavad Gita, Prapya Punya Kritam Lokam Ushitva Shashvata Samaha Suchitam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashta Abhijayate. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into family of a rich aristocracy. That means Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. So they may take birth, even though if we fail in our attempts, then Lord also will rescue us. That means the devotee of the Lord is always lucky. He is never fallen. Though looks like he may fall, but he is Supreme Lord with his devotees, he will make him rise. That is the awesome benefit given for Krishna devotees. Okay, Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport here in 6.41. The unsuccessful yogis are divided into two classes. One is fallen after very little progress, and one is fallen after long practice of yoga. The yogi who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After prolonged life there, one is sent back again to this planet to take birth in the family of a righteous Brahmana Vaishnava or aristocratic merchants. The real purpose of yoga practice is to achieve the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, as explained in the last verse of this chapter. But those who do not preserve to such an extent and who fail because of material allurement are allowed, by the grace of the Lord, to make full utilization of their material propensities. And after that, they are given opportunities to live prosperous lives in righteous or aristocratic families. Those who are born in such families make advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. These are the various opportunities the Supreme Lord Krishna gives us. Even though if we have any material desires, he says, all right, and you take birth in such and such aristocratic family or Brahmana Vaishnava family, and from there, again, you continue your devotional service where you actually stopped in previous birth. I am giving this wonderful merit for you, benefit for you. So the devotees also they learn various lessons even in this life itself, when we get initiation and after some days, years, we may have some distraction and again we'll realize that, oh, I did a mistake. Then, we need to come back to our original constitutional position and continue our service to the Supreme Lord. Okay, here the parents are very, very important persons who play a big role in rearing the child. First of all, they should be devotees. If they miss in the devotee category, at least they can start chanting the holy name of the Lord and follow the Garbhadan Samskar. Actually, there are Dasavidha Samskaras minimum are there like Garbhadan Samskar, then Jataka Samskar, then he has to do that Upanayam, then Vivaha Samskar. So various purificatory processes are there. It's really actually scientific and it is the proper civilization. So we need to rise from animalistic life to human life to the spiritual life. Gradually, we should progress. So Varnashram Dharma helps a lot in this respect, which is established, designed by the Supreme Lord. Chaturvarnam Maya Sustam Gunakarma Vibhagashaha. Lord says, I have created, though you are in this material world, but still you can rise to the highest platform. Okay, so but the real purpose of yoga practice is to achieve highest perfection of Krishna consciousness and not for our own, sense gratification. So then, what will make us so devoted means this is mm, our association of the devotees. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarvasiddhihaya. That is why these days when we go for book distribution or Devdan or Harinam Sankirtan, automatically people will get connected. I have seen many devotees in our temple or in the Whitefield or in other temples and other places of the world. And when they hear the holy name of the Lord, they are automatically attracted and they come join ISKCON and they rise to the platform of highest devotional service. This way, we should also create a lot of opportunities for the new entrants. So, simply by association, anybody can rise, and thereby their child also will become a devotee of the Lord. And in our real life, we keep seeing when the parents, the bigger child, the child is on the floor, and in front of him, various articles are put. This we have seen. Like they keep, Bhagavad Gita, they keep one pen or book, pencil, or they keep some money, etc., etc. So the boy comes, according to his choice, he picks up which one he actually likes. Some they pick up Bhagavad Gita, some they pick up some eatable item, some they pick up pen, book, etc. So then what makes the child choose is this Garbhadhan Samskara. If the child is reared in such a way, right from the womb, the mother has to chant the holy name of the Lord and mother has to recite Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam. Then automatically child will choose only Bhagavad Gita or deity of Krishna. So, because he had been already trained, he already heard the holy name right from the womb, automatically he will choose auspicious thing only, not an inauspicious thing. Okay, so on these words, I have a few points I would like to mention. Mm, yeah, there are so many references in the history, like our Prahlad Maharaj. Uh, he right from the childhood, right from the womb itself, he heard Narada Muni's, spiritual narration of Krishna, and he became a strong devotee. So when Prahlada has a complete surrender, nothing can stop in his devotional service. let it be any kind of danger, throwing from the hills or biting poisonous snakes or trampling by elephants. Does not matter for him actually. So when he chants the holy name of the Lord, automatically he is protected. He is such a powerful devotee. Then we have Dhruva Maharaj, and of course, Dhruva Maharaj had a different desire at the beginning, but he happened to meet Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha. He met Narada Muni on the way. Then he also got Mantra Diksha, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And when he met a pure devotee, when the pure devotee blessed him with the mantra, that's all. And automatically he becomes a devotee. So within no time, Dhruva Maharaj became a wonderful devotee. And what is the achievement he has got? Is the pole star, Dhruvaloka he got. This Dhruvaloka, even though there is a devastation, pralaya, this Dhruvaloka will remain the same. It is also a part and parcel of the spiritual world. That kind of loka he has achieved. Then we have Parikshit Maharaj, as you know very well, right? His parents are devotees, first of all, and their parents also devotees. That means up above one generation, two generations, and following him also another generation. That's why we should be very careful in getting married to a devotee and also begetting children in Krishna consciousness way. And from that point onwards, our generation will take a 360-degree turn towards devotional service. Then generation after generation, they will become devotees. And we should also make humble prayers that, my next generation, they should become, Dasa Dasanudas. They should become Hari Bhaktas, should become like a Harivamsa actually. So we should desire actually, then nothing will stop us. Okay, like that. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, Bhaktivinoda, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also prayed, I want one ray of Vishnu. He prayed, so he got blessed with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And just to give him blessings, Jagannath himself stopped in front of his house. So when he was a small child, like that, Srila Prabhupada also, he was also a great devotee. And also in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions Mirabai. Right from the beginning of when the childhood, Mirabai was a great devotee of the Lord. She wrote a lot of poems, and she used to nicely play her veena and sing, especially Govardhan, Giri Govardhan songs, lifter of Giri Govardhan. She composed a lot of songs. In this way, anybody can become a devotee. If they miss it in the childhood, if they take devotees association, surely they will become a wonderful devotees. Okay, so with this I will stop. So at the end, Srila Prabhupada mentions that, and after that, they are given opportunities to live prosperous lives in righteous aristocratic families. Those who are born in such families may take advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves in Krishna consciousness. Okay. So with this I stop. I thank you very much for your patient listening. And Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. So if you have any questions, comments, and any corrections, you are most welcome.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
Nice class, Prabhu. With your permission, I'd like to add, just share 2 lines for the better understanding for Kannada devotees. ಸೊ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಇವತ್ತು ಮಥುರಪತಿ ಪ್ರಭುಗಳು 2.3.15 ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಾರಾಂಶ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಹರಿವಂಶಸ್ಥರಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸೈರ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಚ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಸುವಂತಹ ಅವಕಾಶ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ದೇವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಹತೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಚ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌಡಿಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಚಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಗೌರ್ನಿತ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಡೆಕೋರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಕುಟ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಕಿರೀಟ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಆನಂದನ ಪಡಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದರು ಅವ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಆದಂತ ಗೌರ್ಮೋಹನ್ ಡೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಾಯಿ ರಜನಿ ಡೇ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕವಾಗಿಂದಾನು ಆ ಒಂದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಗು ಕಲ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ದು, ಮಗು ಆದಂತ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದರು. ನೋಡಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಸಾಧು ಮನೆಗ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ಅವರು ಆ ಒಂದು ತನ್ನ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಧುಗಳೇ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ್ಗೆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವರು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಾಧಾರಾಣಿಯ ಒಂದು ಭಕ್ತನಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದನೇ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು 108 ಇದು ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ 108 ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ತಂದೆ ಆದ ಗೌರ ಮೋಹನ್ ಡೇ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ರಥಯಾತ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಇವರು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತ ಬೊಂಬೆಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಯಾರದು ಬಲದೇವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸುಭದ್ರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಜಗನ್ನಾಥ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ರಥಯಾತ್ರೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಲೋಕದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಲಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ಭಧಾನ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಭೌತಿಕ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕರಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗರ್ಭಧಾನ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಒಂದು ಭಕ್ತನಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಆತ್ಮನ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈಷ್ಣವ ಧರ್ಮ ವರ್ಣಾಶ್ರಮ ಧರ್ಮನ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌಡಿಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಣಾಶ್ರಮ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವ್ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಕ್ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಗತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಲೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಭಕ್ತರಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೋರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಭಕ್ತರಾಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ ಸಹ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್, ಅವ್ರದ್ದೊಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಹರಿವಂಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ದೇವ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vedika Mataji. Anybody has got any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice session, Prabhuji. Today, we got to know the importance of deity worshipping and also importance of chanting the holy name of the Lord, so that Lord will always be there to protect his fallen devotee. And you mentioned about the different types of deity worshipping form and also simple ways to purify. And you gave many examples, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dandash Mataji.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು. ದಂಡವತ್ ಪ್ರಭು. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಪ್ರಭು. ಹರಿನಾಮ ಸಂಕೀರ್ಣ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಮಹಾರಾಜು, ಧ್ರುವ ಮಹಾರಾಜು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ನಾಮ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಪವರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಭು.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Thanks for the class. How important it is to raise the children in Krishna consciousness was the primary subject which we can understand from here. And we definitely would, somewhere like to thank our parents who started some kind of fasting, Krishna Janmashtami, who introduced us to at least clean the altar. They didn't give big services, but all that's probably helped us to align ourselves with a bona fide parampara. But that example was very good, of that person who wasn't liking a girl and things like that. But how it goes back to a couple of verses back, akama sarva kama moksha kama. Finally he didn't go anywhere else. Maybe if he had gone even somewhere else, he would have got the girl or something. But he came to Krishna. So Krishna ensured that what is good for him, he gave. He gave him bhakti and put him back into the bona fide parampara. That was a wonderful example. And now why we have to keep distributing prasadam, I really like that aspect. That's how we keep focusing as much as possible. How Prabhupada insisted that if we can't do anything, best we can do is at least make some sweets and keep it. Anybody who comes, ask them to chant, take prasadam. So we are very happy to, at least one such aspect we have taken it into in that Bhakti Kutir, and Malini Mataji keeps on doing this. So that's something which I like to Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rajnath Prabhu. Okay, anybody else?
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ
Hare
దండవత్సరం.
Krishna. Dandavat.
ప్రభుజీ ప్రభుపాదుల వారు చెప్తారు పిల్లల్ని కృష్ణ చైతన్యంలోకి తీసుకురావడము తల్లిదండ్రుల బాధ్యత అని. ఎంత చెప్పినా వినకపోతే ఏం చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ?
Okay.
వాళ్ళు అసలు ఆ ధ్యాసలోనే లేకపోతే ఏం చేయాలి?
ఓకే, అప్పుడు వాళ్ళ కోసం మనము ప్రార్థన చేయొచ్చు. వాళ్ళకు కృష్ణ చైతన్యానికి సంబంధించిన అన్ని అందించవచ్చు. ఏదైనా వస్తువులు అయితే ఏమి. ముఖ్యంగా తల్లిదండ్రులను చూసి వాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒక రోజు భక్తులయ్యే అవకాశం కూడా ఉన్నదన్నమాట. వాళ్ళ కోసం ప్రార్థన చేయడము, కృష్ణ ప్రసాదం అందించడము, కృష్ణునికి సంబంధించిన వస్తువులు వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వడము, డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా వాళ్ళను సేవలో వినియోగించడము. ఈ విధంగా చేసినట్లయితే వాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒక రకంగా కృష్ణ చైతన్యానికి వచ్చే అవకాశం ఉంది. తులసి ప్రదక్షిణ చేయడము, ఈ విధంగా చేయడం వల్ల. హరే కృష్ణ. ఓకే,
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we have done for the day.